I don't know how long I've been on the trail to the Western Lands, but I know the day that I knew that I was on it. I was mowing the lawn, 2009, and I was just overwhelmed completely with certainty that there was no way that life had to be this hard. It just didn't. I made an appointment with a therapist. Never seen a psychotherapist before. It's a little bit nauseating to me, but I was desperate. I was desperate enough to do anything, even go talk to a therapist, whatever that might be. I had an appointment for a week or two out for 9 o'clock in the morning. I remember the day of that appointment came, and I decided to go out for a walk in the woods. Something I did a lot. I went up to a place where there's a lot of cross country trails. I had a couple hours. I think I was there by 6 o'clock. It was in the summertime, light outside at 6. Came to a juncture in the woods, mountain bike trails. I came to a 3-way split. I didn't know which way to go. I looked at my map. I saw where I was on my map. The map did not conform to the terrain. What I saw in front of me was something different than was on the map. I didn't see any 3-way split. But I found where I thought I was, and I pondered on it, and I picked one of the paths, and I went on. Here a little while, I found myself right back there. 3-way split. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one do I take? Well, last time I took the right one. I took the middle one this time. All right, just stay on the path. There's a major road that can't be more than a half mile from where I am. It can't be that hard to get out of here. I'll take the middle path. Took the middle path. Here in a few minutes. Right back again. A 3-way split. And this whole thing is starting to take on a real strong Blair Witch kind of thing. I didn't like it. I didn't like it enough that I had to deal with feeling like I was about to get lost. But all right, I still had one more path left. I'll take the left one. I took the left path. Blair Witch, right back there. 3-way split. Then I felt lost. You don't feel... You're not lost in the woods until you're panicked. And you have the feeling that you ain't never going to get out of here. You're like, was there a minotaur around here? Can I string some thread? Is this a labyrinth? Am I in The Shining? What is going on here? Why can't I get out? I ain't going to no abandoned huts or nothing. Just let me get out of here. Tried them again. I tried all 3 again, right back there. I could not escape. By this time, it was like 8 o'clock. I've been wandering around in there for an hour or two. It's not very long, is it? Time does weird things when your brain thinks that you're lost in the woods. But I decided I wasn't going to make it to that appointment unless I bushwhacked it out of there. So I just knew that I was at the top of a hill, and if I went down that hill, eventually I was going to come to a road. So that's what I did. Just went bushwhacking it through the raw Vermont woods. And eventually I came busting out onto that road. Wasn't a quarter mile away. This was before the wide availability of cell phones. So I had to then walk up and down that road and ask someone if I could use their phone to get myself a ride. It was a real Gen X kind of experience, kind of thing I grew up doing when I was a kid, but hadn't done it in a long time. But I did make it to that therapist's office in time and had my first therapy appointment. And I wonder why I went for a walk in the woods just before that therapy appointment. Why didn't I just stay home and go for a walk in the woods after? Well, I like walking in the woods. It's fun. It's peaceful. But why did I get lost? There's trails. I'm not Daniel Boone, but I'm not utterly incapable in the woods. I can stay on a trail. I had a map. I had a map that I was looking at, and I was following it on well-marked trails in the woods, and I got lost. At least 5 or 6 times I took the wrong path. That's what I call the imp of the perverse. Some part of your mind that doesn't want you to do the thing that you want to do. Some part of your mind that wants to keep things the way they are, because it knows that you can survive that. We don't know if we can survive if we change things, but we know if we just do things the way we've always done, we can survive. true facts. And I could have survived. I could have gone the rest of my life just like I had up to then. But surviving is all I would have done. And I felt that same imp of the perverse come up at numerous times in my life when things are about to change, or they might change, or I'm at the cusp of starting a change, or changing something is an idea that's forming in my mind. I hear the voice of the imp of the perverse that just wants to keep me where I am. I don't want to stay where I am. I want to go home. I want to go to the Western lands. I want to learn and become who I am, not who that imp of the perverse wants me to stay being. I want to change and grow. I want to make my lemon into a hot rod. I tell you that story because there might be something in you that is somehow drawn to the idea of change, to the idea of getting your Jenga tower fixed up, to the idea of healing, to the idea of becoming whole. And you can almost expect, you can anticipate that some version of your own imp of the perverse is going to stand up and tell you no, not yet. Wait until later. X, Y, and Z has got to happen. You have to wait until it will be more convenient later. All that matters is the imp of the perverse has some reason why you can't change now. And I got bad news for you. Now is the only time you can ever change. Tomorrow never comes. Yesterday's been here and gone. Today, right now, is the only day you ever have to change. Whatever thoughts you have about waiting until later or doing something else first, or the time ain't quite right yet, all those thoughts are your own imp of the perverse leading you to stay right here. And if your imp is strong, like mine is, it might not limit itself to just reasons why you can't start now. It might make you get lost in the woods, actually lost. Your imp of the perverse might take drastic measures. And what I'm here to tell you right now is when you feel the impulse to keep things the way they are, the more desperate and ferocious that impulse is, the stronger your life force is. The stronger you're going to be when you bust past that imp of the perverse and live the life that you're capable of living. So the harder that imp fights against you, the harder you just keep ahead and take that next step. The more pull you feel to stay where you are, the more important it is for you to walk away. Just walk away toward the trailhead sign. This way to the path to the Western lands. Wholeness lay this way.